Howdy there, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Rees. Welcome back to our Sky Factory 4 Let's Play adventure, where last time we got a bit distracted, didn't we? I'm the first to admit when I did wrong, and last episode started off with a pretty singular focus of getting a simple storage network up and running, and then we went off the mark. We ended up doing things like building the Practical Logistics 2 forging hammer, which was cool. I'll admit, I thought it was neat, but then for some reason I decided we needed to build an upside-down hopper, or an upper, and then for some reason complete this by making barrels and chests that we don't need. I'm sorry, crates. And then this bad boy here, which is insanely expensive, but pretty cool nonetheless. I got off the mark, and I apologize. Today we have a singular focus, which is to get into compact storage. Now, if you look up compact storage, you won't find any such mod, unfortunately. You'll find compact machines, and you'll find compact storage. This is the same thing, though. This is what we're after right here in particular, is the chest builder. You can also build a backpack, but I think you do that inside the chest builder. Backpack would be cool. The actual quest for these in the advancement book is to build the maximum size compact storage backpack and chest. I don't know if we're doing that today. That's not really my goal. My goal, and speaking of which, let's clear some of these things out. My goal is to build the chest builder and then build a big chest. Hopefully one big enough to move a lot of these objects over to here and have them integrated with the network and then access them wirelessly. We covered all of this last episode. Go check it out if you want to see a rambling mess. It was a disaster, to be honest with you. But today, singular focus. We need to get some levers, some chests, and some iron. Iron is something we struggled with last episode, but I don't think we'll need as much this episode, and I'm trying to stay on top of it if we do. So I'm going to keep iron smelting over here in the background at all times, so we'll kind of have that going. Next up, chest, and then levers, I believe, is going to require some cobblestone and some sticks. And I'm actually pretty sure about that. I've been playing Minecraft for a while now, and I know the recipe. Oh my gosh, I got it right! I thought that was going to be one of those comedic moments where I got the recipe upside down or backwards in some way, as oft happens when I try to brag about how good I am at Minecraft after 10 years. Because I'm not. Somehow I'm still just not. I can't ever remember the recipes. It's an embarrassment. I'm an embarrassment to myself, to my family. Here we go. The idea here is simple. You decide how many columns you want, and you decide how many rows you want, and then it tells you what materials you need to build it. So if you want to build the maximum sized one, that's going to require... Well, it should update. Oh, there we go. I thought it was going to show us the numbers here of what we're going to need, but it's not. It's just you're going to have to like hover over it. We need 18 chests, 64 iron, 64 oak fences, and 4 clay, interestingly enough. Now, you can change the color. I don't think that has any effect on, the materials needed. But if you want to make it a different color, so let's say you want to make it just red, white, probably fine. Just not. Should we find something that'll match? Oh, this is going to be a bit of a challenge trying to find just the right hue to match the walls. Something a bit yellowy though, without being too green. Maybe right there, 50. If I could get it right on 55, that would be great. But it doesn't appear that I can. You can't get in here and dial it in specifically either. Maybe you could get lucky if you just keep kind of clicking around here until you find... It's like 55 doesn't even exist. Fine, we'll do 56. You can also do a backpack by just clicking on the backpack button up here at the top. You can alternate between chests and backpacks. And the requirements are different. You're going to need plastic and leather. We don't have access to plastic at the moment. We'll have to work on that in the future. This is a pretty big chest, though. 24 columns, 12 rows. I'm going to get to work on that. So we need 18 chests, 64 iron, a whole bunch of fences, and clay. You're ready to see the magic of editing at its best? Editing truly is a magnificent tool. It allows me to take you on an accelerated journey through me trying to make things like a bunch of fences, or trying to make things like a lot of iron. I had to drain all of the iron out of the iron chest in there to get enough amber for this. And in fact, I went overboard. We have too much amber. Well, you can never have too much, but we have certainly more than we needed. We're about 2 away, though. I've never built a really big chest using this before, ever. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. I can't even remember making a chest in the live streams. I mean, I remember using this mod, but I don't remember actually doing anything with it. So what do? Do we add the objects in there? We only need 18 of those, 4 of those, and then a stack each of these. Build. Look at that, compact chest. I like big box and I cannot lie was the name of that chief. I like it. It's solid. Craft a maximum size component storage. Okay, we might have to do that one later. I think it's going to require that we have a whole lot of... not really. Plastic is sort of the big component I see there. And I don't know where you get plastic from in this pack. I hope it's not complicated or convoluted in any way. Oh, look, it is. Dry rubber, which you get from tiny dry rubber, which you get from a latex processing unit, which you build like so. But what do you put latex in there and that gives you tiny dry rubber? What is latex? Don't at me if I should know these things. I'd just rather live in ignorance. There we go. Check that thing out. So we've got our compact chest. It doesn't really match the sand. It doesn't stand out too bad, though. For some reason, it looks like something out of a Zelda game. Oh boy. Okay. Look at that. That is a lot of storage space. In my mind, I knew this was going to be big, but I couldn't visualize it being this big. So, of course, we've got it plugged in using a storage link cable to our storage network here, the network master and request table. I don't think we really need the controller for what we're doing here, but we can now access everything there. And I can just start putting, I guess, everything in here. I'm going to do that right now. How big a stack? I guess it's 64. Yeah, it's still only 64 per slot, but even so, let's get things in there. Oh, and you know what? Of course, we can just load them up using our handy dandy, I threw it in here, didn't I, remote? Let me get that back out, and we should be able to do one of these. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Didn't mean for that to happen. While using it, was trying to move it to a different slot. But so we should be able to, for example, just hold down Shift and slide our mouse across everything in here, and then do the same thing to load it up inside of here. We're going to run out of storage space, though. It seems impossibly large, but we have enough objects, it's going to run out of storage space. Although, do we really need to put these kind of objects in there? These aren't really things that I access often. So maybe just leave all of this stuff out, and then these chests are stored in there. Let's go ahead and get our tool out of there. We'll grab our diamond pack saw, and we will dig up these here chests. Nice, look at that. Saving space. Looks a lot better over here already. We don't need these anymore, do we? Because everything we could possibly need them for, we can just do inside of the storage remote. Now we can do crafting in there. We've got access to all of our objects. We can do sorting. So we can sort by, sort direction up or down, sort by name, mod, amount. JEI search synchronization, if you just turn that on, it'll take whatever you have in JEI, it'll put it up here. I don't know if it works the other way. It does. I don't really like that. I like to leave that off. I like to leave these as two separate sorting devices, depending on, every mod that I use this in. Simple Storage Networks, it's used in AE2, it's used in the other one. I just like to have the two separated. But how are we doing on storage? I don't see any way to check that by looking here. But if we look inside of here, oh wow. We do have a lot of extra room, don't we? I don't want to clutter it with unnecessary things. So, for instance, we can take these trees out. We've got a chest over here we keep trees in. We don't really need that to be a part of the network, because how often are we trying to find trees? What I need in here is things that I'm going to be using in a moment's notice for crafting. So, things like slime and whatnot. I'm happy with this. So that is the compact chest from the Compatched Storage. You can build it using the chest builder from Compatched Storage, which as far as I can tell is part of the Compact Machines mod. I don't know what the rest of Compact Machines does. You can build a multi-block miniaturization. I don't know what these things do. I do not know. Tiny compact machine, giant compact machine. What is this for? What purpose does this serve? Miniaturization field projector. You see, I don't know what personal shrinking device. I beg pardon? Can I shrink myself? Can I? I don't know. I don't think I've got ender pearls for that. Hold shift for more details. Use as in-game documentation and to enter compact machines. What do you mean to enter it? Can I enter into one of these? What? 16 compact machines, block of iron, redstone, creates whatever the heck that is. What is the purpose, though? Oh, you see, I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of this is. Throw this into a miniaturization field to start the crafting process. Used to transfer redstone signal between all wall blocks and outside compact machine faces. What is this mod? What is compact machines? It's different than compact storage. I have no idea. Alrighty, folks, next up, I want to try something recommended to me by a good fella named Nick Alvarez, who recommended that I try to look into wireless nodes. Said I could do it pretty early game. This was a comment a while back. I decided to go ahead and take a look into it today. We've got 3 different objects here that we can look at. One for transferring, well, objects, items, energy, and then fluid. We're looking specifically at item transfer nodes. I have no idea how these work. Construction looks basic, though. Iron bars, gold, diamonds, things that we can construct. We've got these raw materials being grown in another room, redstone, some chiseled stone, some quartz. We've got pretty much everything we need here. Requires GPS marker to configure. I don't know what that's about. Let's take a look at the GPS and see what goes there. This is the GPS marker. This is the item transfer node. GPS marker is a light blue dye of some sort, as well as paper and a stick. Light blue dye. What do you do with that? Probably lapis and bone meal. All right, we can do this. Let's do this. Let's get all these. I'm going to go around and collect these raw materials. Oh, look. This is the first thing we're crafting in here. There's a gold block. There's one of the raw materials down. Okay, I'm just gonna cut till we have the rest of it. And that didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. I don't have all the materials on me at the moment, but I can make them all if we're patient. There we go. Get some light dye, and then paper. The last thing we're missing there. We do have plenty of sugarcane, or reeds if you're old school like I am. That'll give us the GPS marker. Saves the location of a block. And then we need to create the transfer node. And what am I missing for that? Ah, yes, the comparators. I thought we were going to have trouble with this one because I didn't have but 2 nether quartz. But then I found a block of nether quartz that I made, I think, last episode. I turned it back into the raw quartz. So we should be able to get 3 of these. I think ideally we'd get 4 because surely we need 2 of these. This is what I love about having not tested a mod prior to making an episode on it, is it just reinforces the idea that I don't really know what's going on. Ever. We've only got 1. That's not good because we need more than 1. But here we are. We've only got 4 gold. Do I have enough to make another gold amber? Hard to say. Let's see. Gold amber. We might have the materials we need. If we don't have them in here, I can go get them out of the chest. Yeah. Well, maybe we don't need 2 of these, though. How does the item transfer node work? Is it listed inside of our book? Let's get our advancement book back out and have a quick read through it and see if it mentions this anywhere. I guess if it did, we would have gotten an advancement when we built it, and we didn't. So, yeah, I don't see any references to it. Doesn't mean it's not there, it just means I don't see it. Maybe you only need the 1 transfer node, though. I'm not... Oh, okay. I thought that was maybe one of ours, but it looks like it's just a random monster. How does this work? So do we put that there? Maybe. And let's not start with the shipping container. Let's do something basic. Let's just get a chest out, because I kind of understand how chests work. So we'll get a couple of chests, and then I guess we put the transfer node on one of them. Do items need to be transferred into it? Like, do I need to have a hopper going into here? What does all of this mean? Okay, saves the location of a block. So if I, like... shift right clicked maybe on there, saved. And then what? Shift right click onto there, saved. Oh wait, no. Hold on, I think I just overwrote. So I guess I put that inside of here. Detect target block, chest. Right. I can't open that chest because I stuck it underneath there. Does that mean if... What am I doing? I don't know. Maybe if we had a hopper. Let's see. Hopper. We don't have one. We'll have to make one real fast. I think I just had an idea, though. Maybe objects that get piped into this thing. So if we configured it like that. Yeah. And then we put our Paxol in there. Hey! Alright. I get the idea. More or less. So it looks like you pipe items into here, and they get teleported to your target block. And presumably you could target multiple blocks. That's what all these are about. I don't know what would go here. It's always on. What mod is this from? This is from Silic. Oh, that's an interesting one that I... Silic. How do you... What the heck? What the heck was that? Did y'all hear that? I think I always say Silic, but it is definitely cyclic. Like C-Y-C-L... I mean, that's cyclic? Cyclic? Sislic? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Nor do I see the transfer nodes in here. I'm assuming they're probably on this great big splash screen, and there's just so much information my brain is overloaded and I can't process what I'm looking at. But they're probably... Oh, right there. There we go. Yeah. Here's the situation, you know. If you look inside of that interface, there's a lot going on that I don't understand. Apparently, we can have multiple targets. Why? You can have, I guess, something up here. Why? Comment down below. This isn't necessarily going to work for what I wanted, though. I sort of had envisioned putting these things... First off, I thought they might be a little bit cheaper. They're actually kind of expensive. Although, I suppose if we wanted to teleport everything from this room, we could pipe everything from this room into this node and then have it target this bad boy here, this shipping container, and we could put the shipping container over there. It's cool. I like it. It's not what we're going to be using today, though. I'm going to have to do some more investigation on it and try to figure it out a little bit more. But it's not going to work for what I sort of had imagined for this room. For that, we're going to have to go with a different idea. I have a very specific plan for how to deal with storage. It's going to start off with this here oak cauldron full of water, and then it's going to involve getting a lapis sapling, dropping that in there to get a mineral sapling. Now, if you've been with the channel for any amount of time, you'll remember integrated dynamics from I believe the original recipe stone block we used it in. It's coming back. I always said it would in stone block. Original stone block 2, I always said it was going to make a comeback. And it is today, and I'm excited. Grow, little hopping bonsai mineral sapling. I have big plans for you moving forward. Speaking of growing things, what goes into the next tier mulch? I haven't even looked into it. It's a pretty big upgrade. It's going from 142 growth rate and 140 drop trance to trance? Putting you into a trance. A drop trance. Drop your body to the floor and dance. It's the drop chance. Yeah, I don't know what that was. To 166 and 150, which I think is worth looking into. What goes into biofuel? We have to build a crusher. That's what I'm learning here. That's what I'm looking at. We got to build a crusher and we got to power it somehow using mechanism. A mod that I've had my beef with in the past, but then it looks like we have at least a purpose now for all those saplings we've been collecting. We can turn them into biofuel. We might have to look into that in a future episode when we also look into power, which is something we have not even touched on. But let me sort of explain to you what I envision for this room. I envision all of these trees here just lining the walls, and all of the contents being pumped into probably not just this shipping container. We might need a couple of them. But, oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be, you mark my words, it's going to be great. And we'll touch on it all next time. Until then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!